Welcome back. Well, if you're a university student getting ready to head back to class, now is definitely the best time to get your finances in order. And Coast Capital's Debra Bansal is here with some valuable tips. Good morning to you, Debra.
Good morning.
So yeah, this is very timely as we get ready for school. And so is there a way to prepare financially when you're in university? Because you're thinking about spending on education, books, and partying, but there's ways to kind of make a plan, have a plan in place.
Yeah, and I think starting in university is probably one of the first good steps towards financial well-being. Because when you graduate, you're hopefully going to end up in a career that's in the right field or a well-paying job, which can help you in the long run. Some good habits you can get into is some budgeting habits and some savings habits. And setting those up early while you're in university can help you down the road. It doesn't have to be a big amount of savings, but even just a small amount could really help create those habits.
Yeah, because it's a new experience when in university and you're socializing probably a lot more. So what are some specific habits and practices students can start cultivating?
So you're already starting some good work habits because you're going to school, you're on a schedule, you may have a part-time job. So how do you balance a job and school, keeping your studies up to date? Some other good habits are budgeting habits. So you have a lot more expenses coming out, but you're on a tight budget. So how do you manage that budget and still create those savings habits? And then you can go into your financial institution, set up a checking account and a savings account, and start those forced savings. So maybe a pre-authorized payment, even small, going into a savings account now.
Okay, even if it's like $50,
Yeah.
right? It could be that small.
50 a month.
What about managing credit? Because this always comes up. Should students wait until after they graduate to get that credit card?
I would say no. I think it's good to get a credit card early, but understand your spending habits. So don't overspend in any area. Make sure you're paying it off monthly. And if you do have good credit, that will just help you down the road to get a loan or a mortgage, because we do look at credit scores when we look at those. Another thing you can do is be added onto your parents' card. So go joint on your parents' card. They can help you with setting a limit and making sure that the monthly payments are happening. But if you're a parent, understanding you have to educate your student on how to have good credit scores and how to pay it off monthly and what interest rates are better for them.
Yeah, you can't be tempted by getting your credit card. It's like, oh, let's plan this really lavish spring break trip, or, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? From credit to government loans. I mean, for me, I'm from Victoria. I needed a student loan to go to school at BCIT in Vancouver, because you're living in Vancouver. You want to focus on school and not work part-time. But there are still good reminders about getting a student loan.
It's great if you can get a student loan, but understand you don't need to use the full amount. So just use what you need to for books and tuition. You are also given time to pay off that loan. So I think you get 6 months grace period to pay it off. However, you are charged interest during those 6 months. So if you can start paying it off a bit earlier through your part-time job, that can really help paying it down quicker. The other thing is it usually takes somebody about 9 years on average to pay off their student loan. And can you pay off that loan while balancing still creating a savings account? Because you can't put all of your money towards the loan and then not start that savings account for your future as well. So finding a balance between paying the loan and still living.
Yeah, that's a great point. Some people think it takes forever to pay off that student loan, but so 9 years is the average.
9 years on average, yeah.
Okay, and if you have a good financial plan in place, that could even be a shorter span of time.
Yeah.
But a good point that also remember about your savings.
Yeah, it can take a while to pay it off, but if you have those good habits in place, hopefully you can pay it down at a good time.
All right, great advice for our post-secondary students. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Debra Bansal. If you want to watch this segment again, you can check out our website, ctvmorninglive.ca.